Hey guys, this is Steve from Concept Sharpening. I'm going to go over some basic sharpening techniques. This way when I go into the customer and you want to know what we do for $7, you can take a look yourself and see. So let's get started. Let's get the blades ready. I'm going to take a blade apart. Actually, before I take it apart, I'm going to check the tension on it. 3.5 pounds there, which should be pretty good. Okay, we're going to take apart the cutter, the comb, your socket. Before I do anything else, I'm going to take the socket. Set your socket, make sure that's right. Socket's good. That's good. Other blades are taken apart. We're going to sharpen 3 blades. Okay, now I'm going to get our plate ready. I'm going to wipe it down. Have a laser running across to give me a line. Wipe the plate down. Little lard oil. Gonna rub it in. This is what they call charging the plate. I'll take my grit. A little grit on the plate. Keep it fairly dry. I'm going to work the grit into the plate. Okay, we're ready to sharpen. Take my cutter first. Take a magnet. Line it up right below the teeth. Put the machine on. And let's sharpen. Nice pattern. Done. Now I've done these blades before, so I know they're going to come up pretty good. They're in nice condition. Put the cutter on. Same thing. Onto the plate. Beautiful sparking. Done. That's the first step. That's the easiest step. Actually, it's not. Once you can read the blade, look for your pattern, rub it, make sure you have a nice pattern, then you're ready to go on to the next step. Now we're ready to move on to the next step. What we do with all the blades is we take it and put it on parts washer. Normally, I like to let it sit there, but for this video, we're just going to show you the procedure. A nice big brush, toothbrush, nylon. Some people like to use brass. Concept Sharpening, we feel this is good enough. And we're going to deburr and clean the blade. Turn it around, both sides. Same thing. Take the cutter. Back and forth. Done. Normally I like to let it sit here for a while. Take it. Very important. A lot of people don't bother drying their blades out, and they wind up getting rusty. People that I do are very particular. Their blades, nice, shiny. Some people say you don't need a compressor. I don't know how you can actually work without a compressor. After we take it out, I air wash. Make sure it's dry. You got to worry about these holes. You always wind up water stuck. Screws wind up rusting out. And this is perfectly dry. Beautiful. Take it, put it back. Next step, ready to assemble it. Check the tension. Okay guys, now I'm going to put the blade back together. First we're going to take a little oil, run some along the glide on the cutter. Little oil here, little oil here, run a drop along the teeth. Not to over oil it, your 40s, your 10s, you put too much oil in it, actually it winds up getting the hair clogged in there. Take this, I'm going to put this back here. Take this, see if we can get this. My first blade took me an hour to put back together. A little quicker today. Now I get them done pretty quick. I time myself. It takes me about 22 seconds. If I'm lucky. Turn it over. Check your rail. Make sure everything's even. Take it. And pretty much screw it in. Here's your assembled blade. And we're ready to go. Next we're going to test it. Here we go. We have our assembled blade. Looks beautiful. Looks like a brand new blade. Now we're going to start testing it. Before we send our blades back to the customer, we pretty much want to make sure they're cutting. We don't want to get them back. We want to actually catch it right here before it goes any further. So the first test we're going to do is basically a string test. After you do this for a while and you feel any type of tension on here, you're going to know it. You feel any type of tension, and you just take it off and see what's wrong. There's usually something in the way you put it back together, especially since we checked the pattern when we sharpen it. After I get done with this, I also like to take it and put it on a rabbit pelt and see how it cuts. So let's do a quick string test and see how the blade feels. Okay, good news. 1, 2, 3 cuts. Don't even feel it going through. Don't even feel it. No tension whatsoever. Nice, clean cuts. Let's get a close-up. Watch how nice and clean it goes through. Look at that. Beautiful. Blade feels like, hate to say the word, but it's cutting like butter. Okay, now for the last test, what we're going to do is we're checking it on a rabbit pelt. If this cuts rabbit, it's going to cut anything, and you can pretty much send it out and be sure it's not coming back. So let's flip. And right through the rabbit. Okay. And that's it. That's what it takes to sharpen one clipper blade. So when you want to know why we charge $7, that's why. If you think $7 is too much for this work, I don't know.